Special thanks to Unusual Auto for letting me take this out for a drive. Check out their website at unusual-auto.com for any importing needs. Also, check him out on Facebook. Follow his page at unusual-auto. So, I've been cheating on my wife. It's been for this past week, and her name is Sarah. Toyota Sera. This is a 1994 Toyota Sera, imported straight from Japan. They only made 15,000 of these from 1990 to 1995. They were even sold as 1996. It has these neat little gull wing doors that actually inspired the design of the McLaren F1 doors. Now this little bad boy packs a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder engine that has about 108 horsepower. It's not bad, especially because this thing weighs just slightly over 2,000 pounds. It even has projector lights, which is pretty uncommon for back in the early 90s. How awesome is that? Now it kind of looks similar in a way to our Paseo, but the Paseo is like way different. There's something really unique about this car. Out of the 15,000 they made in that 5-year run, this one has a manual transmission. 5-speed manual mounted to a little tiny 4-banger. How rare is that? Let's just say out of that whole 5-year run, there's only 1,500 that were made. It has a spoiler mounted to the hatch. Now, interesting thing about this hatch, there is no metal framework. It's legitimately all glass. There's no metal surrounding it. It's just glass. You don't want to break that. Now, as you can see, there's not very much cargo space. It's very tiny because it is a tiny car. These seats do fold down. It's a very minuscule amount of space. This little thing comes out probably, but I don't feel like pulling it out. Now, in the trunk, it has these covers. Now these covers are for inside. Let's say it's a really, really sunny day. It's hot. You don't want to have all that heat on your head boiling. So it has these neat little covers. They're lightweight, and it comes in that little bag that's in the trunk. Just kind of slide it on there, and boom, done deal. You got you got a normal roof. I like having the glass. Visuals are so great. The visual in front is great. Of course, you have these massive B pillars, but when you're sitting up front, it's going to be kind of hard to just twist your head back. It has these tiny little wheels, these 15-inch rims. These are not stock. They are I don't even know what brand is that. Oh, they're that PIA, the PIAA. I don't know how you even say that. Let's take a look at the engine. There it is. This is part of the 5E engine line from Toyota. 5E FHE. They are pretty much the same motors that were in the Paseo and the Tercel that we got here. So, engine-wise, parts are probably pretty much kind of readily available. I would say so. Now, being as it's a smaller car, it's actually not a K car. It is very small. There's actually no room to sit behind me because I am a bigger guy. But if a tall guy said he's going to sit the same space as me. Now, because of the design, this window is kind of all they can do, and it's kind of tight. Oh God. Okay, hold on. It's really tight. Say a driving window, you're gonna have to be like, and then kind of pull your hand in. But pretty neat. So being that it's a small car, some people might say it's not fun. Doug Morrow did a review on one of these. He said it wasn't that fun. I'll tell you what, I beg to differ. Let's take this bad boy for a drive. So these cars are really different. It's neat because I've owned two Festivas before, and it was they were like tall small. Like if you were tall, you can still fit in there, but then still have plenty of room. And the dash was kind of, it was reminiscent of a Jeep because it's small and against the wind, you know, against the firewall there. This is more of just a regular car. Like passenger space has plenty of room. Now the driver setup is pretty neat. Everything's kind of just there. You got your mirror controls, the window controls here. You got your hazard lights, all your climate controls, your radios here. It has a nice feeling transmission. The gears are smooth and fluid. Now, since it's like a wide open type thing, like the way it's a wide open coupe, you get a lot of road noise. Like you're gonna hear a lot of stuff on the road. You're gonna hear every little hole you hit, every imperfection in the pavement. You're gonna hear. It's a lot of road noise. It's not quiet. Now this thing came with a cool thing called I can't think of it off the top of my head. I should know. The Sera Super Live Sound. It was interesting. This one, unfortunately, doesn't have it in it. It doesn't have the back speakers. Back speakers are really cool. It's a good handling car. It's a nice drive. Really smooth. It's really peppy. Like it has a nice pep. And that 4-cylinder, ooh, it has that deep sound. I like the intake sound. It's really nice. Now I've been dailying this for a few days now, just to see what it's like, because I really enjoy this car. I like how it looks and it's unique. I like unique stuff, and I wanted to see what it would be like, kind of like everyday life. People seeing it when you bust open the door. You know, it's like, whoa, what's that? Some people think, you know, oh, how cheesy, Lambo door. No. It's not, you know, they don't realize that this is actually how they came stock. It's a fun car to drive. It's really nimble. It handles good for what it is. It's a small car. You can throw this thing around, and I have. I'm very close. I prefer the little covers out because I like having the window. I like having the window open, especially it's winter. So I don't really need the heat on because I got solar heat. Also, with the little thing, my head's like right against it. One thing I dislike, it doesn't have tilt steering. I don't know if maybe like the steering wheel mechanism used to do that, like just how the steering wheel can move up and down like the old, I don't know, if series trucks used to do it. or they just didn't come with tilt steering. It's kind of down a little bit, and since I have to sit far back, the shifter's kind of a far reach. I am a little T-Rex. I have little T-Rex arms. And this thing's kind of, you know, it's fuel efficient. It's a 4-cylinder. It's a small 1.5, so it's not bad on gas. It has, I didn't check the specs, but I'm pretty sure it's probably a little over 8-gallon gas tank, maybe 8 gallons. It cost me literally $25 to fill this thing up from empty. That's it, 25 bucks. Which is just amazing. As you see, the interior is laid on a very driver-oriented way. Everything's there and within reach. This thing actually has something called a clean ace on the ceiling that is an air purifier. How crazy is that? Now, with that 1.5 liter, you put the hammer down. It uses all 108 horses, believe me. Now, one thing about these doors, they're cool and all, but it's not all that entirely easy to get in and out. You know, passenger side, it's not too bad, like, because it's roomy. You don't have the steering wheel or anything. Now, let's go to the driver's side. I'll show you how much of a pain that is. You can get in all normally and stuff. I actually slip in and kind of slide down, you know, to get in. Get out. Kind of, you know, journey, you know. There is an easier way to get out of this. Just roll out. Well, that's it for this review. Special thanks to unusual-auto.com, where this is for sale, so if you're interested. He had a gold one that's on eBay. It might be sold already. I'm gonna adjust these, you know, yeah. Little baby pop lights. Little bubble lights. Subscribe.